Alright everybody, day 2 of Figgie series. We are gonna get hands-on into what's happening in this game. In the first part, in the first video, well basically yesterday, we played a game, didn't do much, just let the whole game run, and we saw where we ended up in terms of position by not doing any trades. Today we're actually gonna get hands-on into trying to formalize our intuitions that we developed on the first games and just play a few more games to put it into practice and to see where we end up in terms of scores. I've played a few games in the meantime, so I have a better understanding of the game. I'm not going to struggle that much, and I'm not going to waste too much time not understanding how the interface works, or not even knowing how to read the final score. All of this, I'm more familiar with it because I played a few games by myself, but I'm still pretty early into this game. It's only been one day, so I still barely have scratched the surface of what can be done in this game. Before anything else, we're going to take a stab at formalizing the intuition that we got from the first game that we played yesterday. Small disclaimer, I cheated a little bit, or I didn't really cheat. I basically did what I always do, which is I went online, especially on Reddit, and I started reading a little bit about Figgie. I started looking at some comments by other players who basically give off tips and perspectives on the game, which is fantastic. This is exactly what I needed to know more or less if I was gonna go down the right direction. It seems that I am, so I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to say anything massively wrong about this game. I'm probably going to be extremely suboptimal. There's no way I get it right completely, but at least I don't think that I'm going to say something completely wrong. Bash me in the comments if you do think that I took the right direction for this game. But anyway, so let's try to formalize the intuition that we got yesterday. We have to talk about two topics to be able to make it work. We have to talk about prior beliefs and likelihood function. And for you guys who've studied mathematics or statistics or who've been playing strategic card game for a while, it should be somewhat intuitive straight away that you always start with a prior belief of how you should play a hand, and you always update this prior belief with new evidence, new understanding of the hand as it goes by. This is the standard structure of any strategy game, and this is no different for Figgie. And if you really want to get into the mathematics of it, don't worry, I've got you covered. Here's a little how do you say, a little giveaway of what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm gonna start thinking about the mathematical side of things. So everything that I'm saying right now, verbally and intuitively, I'm gonna start to try formalize it with mathematics tomorrow. But yeah, that's gonna be another day. All right, so this is the hand that I had yesterday. I had 7 clubs in my hand and I had only 1 spade. And what I didn't really know how to formalize, but that I had intuitively understood, is that because of the skewedness, and again, I don't have the vocabulary of the game yet. I got to do a little bit of research, or I've got to talk to people who play this game. But what I call skewedness is the fact that you have a lot of evidence that one suit could be the common suit. So because I had a lot of skewedness, I had a lot of clubs here, which intuitively told me that I have spade as the common suit, spade as the goal suit. Basically what I should have done, or what I believe I should have done, and what I'm gonna do in the upcoming games, is I'm gonna play a strategy that's mostly aggressive in the round. What do I mean by aggressive? It means that I'm gonna try to buy suits that are of the spade suit. I'm gonna go ahead and even bet sometimes over the market. I'm gonna put a premium basically on spades, thinking that it's gonna pay out, because when I get out of the spade at the end of the game and it's the goal suit, hopefully, I will essentially get a lot of money back, right? Because the goal suit gives you a pretty massive payout. So this is exactly what I'm calling an aggressive strategy. And this is to be contrasted with another strategy that I'm going to play in the upcoming hands, which is a conservative strategy. The conservative strategy that I'm going to adopt is going to be a strategy for these kind of hands here. The one where I have a pretty balanced range. I have just as many spades as I have hearts or clubs or diamonds. I don't have any strong indication that I should form a prior belief of what the goal suit is. I don't have any strong indication that any of them is this goal suit, so I'm not going to put any premium. I'm not going to bet outside amount of chips to pursue basically a suit that I don't even know if it's going to give me a payoff. I'm going to play a balanced strategy. I'm probably going to try to make my money by just trading, just literally try to buy low, sell high, see if other people start forming beliefs of what the goal suit is, and try to build an edge, try to kind of like extract value out of their mistaken belief rather than try to make value by pursuing my own belief. This is what is going to be a conservative strategy, and I hope it's going to pay out because it sounds to me that it's reasonable to do it in these circumstances. Now, I've introduced already the second component of what I wanted to talk about today, which is the likelihood function. This is gonna be how I adjust my initial strategy based on the information that I see, based on the trading that I see happening on the floor, basically in the game. So when I see that there is some strong convictions from other players, such as player basically selling pretty high or wanting to buy pretty high compared to other trades occurring in the market at the same time, this is how I'm going to start forming belief that my strategy is correct or incorrect. When I see a lot of people fighting for the suit that I have categorized as the goal suit because of my prior strategy, because of my prior range, and therefore my strategy, I will just basically add a lot of weight to this strategy, and I will specifically try to keep buying that suit. But if I see that something else is happening, when I see that the market is pointing toward, let's say, assigning more value to other suits that are in direct conflict to the suit that I'm actively pursuing in my own strategy, well, I'm going to start discounting my belief. I'm going to start discounting my belief in spades, and I'm going to start rebalancing a little bit my strategy. I'm not going to be as aggressive towards buying spades as I would be if I didn't see this evidence here of diamonds being wanted, being chased basically in the market. So this is what is going to happen today. We're going to keep this strategy in mind, and we're just going to play with that strategy in mind. So we don't really need much more to just go ahead, create a new game, put some bots in there, and just, start playing basically. But I'm gonna really play here. I'm still pretty slow at the game. I still make mistakes, I guess. So I'm gonna pause straight away. Like, I still need to read my hand properly, and I still don't have mathematical or statistical foundations backing up my strategies and backing up my narrative here. We're gonna do that tomorrow when we go into expert mode, or whatever you want to call it. But today I'm still going to try to follow the strategy that I've laid out. I have 4 spades in my hand. I have 4 hearts in my hand. All right, so according to my strategy, it's just basically much more likely. This is a pretty skewed hand. I already have at least 4 cards in each of the suits here, so I have some evidence that clubs or diamonds could be the goal suit, and I'm gonna assign quite a bit of priors on them because, just by restricting to these 2, I probably have much more than 50% chance that one of these two is the gold suit. So the strategy that I'm going to play with in this hand is going to be aggressive toward the purchase of these two. I'm going to put a premium on them. I'm not going to start, playing bluffs and everything. We're going to leave that for next time. I'm just going to straightforwardly want to buy these two suits. So let's go ahead and play the hand. Oh wow, okay, so somebody is offering already. I'm going to pause. I like to pause very often. That allows me to think about what I'm doing. I can already buy some clubs, and I can already buy some diamonds, and I can sell some hearts to this guy. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm already going to sell some hearts that allows me to make some quick bucks on a trade that I believe is unlikely to be the gold suit. And I'm going to start putting some purchase orders in here. That's something that I found out yesterday by playing. I'm going to start putting some purchase order to see if these two guys are willing to decrease their offer. So let's go ahead. All right, I sold directly my hearts. That was good. And I'm going to want to buy this at 2 or... All right, so... Wow, 4 is pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I got snatched. Well, maybe this guy wants to sell me the clubs as well again. Well, I'm gonna buy the. All right, I'm just buying these diamonds. I'm gonna buy the clubs too. All right, so I've bought some diamonds and I've bought some clubs. I can buy one more clubs just to balance my game and to make sure that I'm covered, that I have some edges. And now what's interesting is that some people are willing to sell some spade. So this guy, the cow, wants to sell some spade for a pretty high value, but I have quite a few spades in there. So if I see that this guy here gets closer in terms of value to what this guy is offering, I'm just gonna stick to my strategy of being aggressive on the clubs and the diamond, and I'm just gonna I'm not gonna readjust this strategy yet. I'm just gonna sell my sell my spades and my heart to be able to rebalance my game. So let's see. I think that I bought the clubs at 4, I bought the diamond at 4. If I can make some arbitrage opportunity and just sell again at a higher value, maybe I'm going to do it, but not yet. Okay, so this guy is selling for something that I would not be willing to sell. So that's not something that I'm willing to do. All right, I'm definitely not willing to sell some hearts for 1. I can make an offer at maybe 10. Oh wow, this guy is undercutting me pretty quickly. I can undercut this guy here at 10. I'm willing to sell my spades. Okay, this guy bought some hearts for 3. Okay, so it seems that the diamonds are pretty valuable. Like, nobody wants to sell me any diamonds now. Oh wow, this guy sold some diamonds for 11. That makes me think that diamond is starting to be valued by everybody in the market. People are starting to value a lot the diamond here. Clubs being sold. Okay, I'm gonna buy some clubs too. Okay, I've covered myself. I'm covered for the clubs. It's much more likely to be diamonds because I've seen some pretty high value trades right now in the market, and this is what I was talking about with the likelihood function, right? Like, the likelihood function is precisely what tells me how I should adjust my strategy. I start with a pretty aggressive strategy at clubs and diamond. I want to buy these guys, and the trades that I've seen in the market happening at pretty high values here for diamonds, and well, not that high for clubs, kind of like narrow my range of belief towards thinking that the gold suit is diamond. So I'm just gonna keep this strategy. I might start playing a little bit tricky here. I might start selling some diamonds and some clubs to make it seem like I'm willing to offload some of them, but I wouldn't sell them for less than 20. That would not be in sync with my strategy. I can pretend that spades are also valuable. Oh wow. I mean, I'm still, well, there you go. Okay, what I just did here is exactly what I was talking about. Clubs in my strategy here is not a, it's not a suit that I'm 100% convinced that could be the goal suit. It's just because I had a prior belief that was pretty strong at spade, that I had a prior belief that maybe it could be. But nothing about this game has made me think that club is really the goal suit. So I basically jumped into a pretty fast arbitrage opportunity where I purchased some clubs at 4 and I sold it at 7. And again, I haven't played that many games, so I don't know if that's a lot of money, but it's something. So I've made some money here. All right, I can still buy some diamond, but definitely not at a price that I want to buy it for. Oh wow, okay, this guy just snatched my diamond for 8. That could be a mistake that I'm gonna regret later, not having purchased some diamonds for 8. I mean, now I might as well just like keep buying things. Like, so this one here, like I'm just gonna purchase a spade for 1. I mean, who knows? I mean, I didn't have that much evidence that spade was not the goal suit. So now I'm realizing as I play that now that I've reached some kind of balance in my game, I basically don't really want to play too aggressive anymore. I just want to buy some low stuff and keep a pretty balanced set of cards. I mean, I could offer more spades here. No, 2 is too low. Should I sell quickly for 6? No. Oh wow, okay, look at that. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so that's pretty okay, so that's pretty impressive. The goal suit was indeed the diamond. We got a pretty good transaction going. I mean, we basically started with only 1 diamond, which was pretty low, and we managed to acquire 2 of them. So I'm kind of happy with that. We definitely didn't acquire enough of them. So this guy here has snatched 2 diamonds that I thought I knew it. I said, when he purchased the diamond for 8, I was like, okay, it sounds like he made a good deal here. So I should have been a little bit more snappier in there. Well, I acquired some cards that were basically like pointless. It didn't make any sense to buy the spade. I bought some clubs. It's pretty interesting because this guy who had a lot of clubs was pretty, like he probably had a strategy that was pretty aggressive towards spades, but he ended up not buying a lot of spades. So I don't know, I'm still a bit confused as to how these bots play. I don't know if they're playing optimal strategy. I definitely want to dig into the way that they've been programmed. But this guy did some pretty good transactions. He started with a pretty heavy range at spade, but he quickly understood that clubs was not the goal suit, and somehow he understood that he had to purchase more diamonds. So I don't know if that was pure luck or if he understood something that I still haven't figured out. If there is some information that I maybe don't have yet, it could be in the way that I build my prior, it could be in the way that I build my likelihood function, so it could be in the way that I adjust my strategy. I still don't really have an idea about it. But anyway, so I lost it. I'm gonna play another round just to see if I can find a game where I have a little more balance basically in my game, just a little bit more of a conservative strategy, and if I adjust this conservative strategy and start playing more aggressive. Alright, so here's a bunch of antes being played. And there we go. Here we have definitely a conservative hand. We don't have that much evidence that our spades are the goal suit. We don't have a lot of evidence that our heart is the call suit. It must be pretty low. So this is a pretty balanced hand. I'm going to play conservative, and I'm going to try to learn from the trade that people are doing. For instance, people wanting to sell some suits at pretty high values straight away, like without any prior information, makes me think that, well, a lot of value is assigned to these two suits. But I have close to zero information yet, so I'm gonna try to play a little more arbitrage driven than to play the actual prior game, prior range strategy here. So I'm gonna try to buy low and sell high. Oh wow, here is this guy already selling some spades. I mean, I could buy some spades, but I don't know. I'm just gonna open a market here and see what people are willing to sell for me. Oh wow, this guy is... Okay, I just sold 12 at spade. That could be like a good deal. Could be even the best the best trade that I'm gonna have of this whole game, considering how conservative I want to play and considering how unlikely I am to know what the goal suit is. Okay, so yeah, people are willing to buy pretty low, so that kind of like confirms my belief that people don't really have a clue, like people don't really have an idea of what the goal suit is. They just want to follow the same strategy of buying low. So okay, this guy has his eyes on spades. Could it be wise to sell it? Somebody sold some clubs. Okay, it's going pretty fast now. I mean, again, there isn't really anything that I want to buy. I just want to buy low. If clubs is the go suit, I might as well just buy some. There's still the massive imbalance in perception for spades. I mean, I bought some spade at... No, did I buy some spade? No, I sold some spade at 12. So I mean, I can buy it back at 6. And I essentially have made an arbitrage here, so I'm pretty happy about this one. Again, I can sell some hearts. There you go, boom. Just sold some hearts. I hope it's not the gold suit. But I sold it for 8, so I'm willing to buy it back for 2. I don't think anybody's gonna do that. Wow, this guy is selling at pretty high values. Do I want to sell my spade? I do. I want to keep playing the spades here. I want to keep playing the spade, but he needs to meet me halfway. He needs to meet me halfway. Boom. Done. Again, willing to buy back some spade. Okay, I'm just gonna play the diamonds as well. If I manage to sell some clubs, that would be pretty good too. Okay, now everybody's kind of like stuck in this lack of equilibrium. Like we're not really like finding any way to settle transactions. Like people are still, it's amazing. Like even though a bunch of trades have occurred, people are still a little bit, well, okay, I gotta sell these diamonds at 8. I gotta sell them. That was a good arbitrage because I bought it at 3. I bought it at 3 and then I sold it at 8. So I feel like I'm making some money, I don't know. Oh wait, I'm gonna sell the diamonds again. I have no idea if that's the goal suit. I have some pretty massive trades and I'm gonna sell the clubs as well. Okay. Oh wow, I just sold the club, which was the target suit. It's amazing. Okay, there's gonna be a lot to talk about in this result. Okay, that was a very confusing game. I'm sorry if it was not very clear, but let me try to break down what just happened. The strategy was extremely conservative. It was about not pursuing a goal suit, not aggressively paying premiums on top of the market to acquire this suit. I had no priors, I had no strong conviction of what should be the goal suit, so I just really tried to settle some trades. I just tried to buy low and sell high, and this is what I did. I think I successfully did at least 3 trades where I ended up selling back some assets that I purchased at a higher price. And by actually, like, if you really look at my actual history, it hasn't changed that much. I basically got rid of 1 spade. I didn't touch my clubs. I got rid of 1 diamond, and I got rid of 1 heart. So I essentially overall I did much more selling than I did some buying, which kind of makes sense when you want to play very conservative. Like, why? Like, you don't really have strong incentives to buy things. You just have strong incentive to sell when you feel that you've made like a good arbitrage opportunity. I mean, I cannot call this win anything else than luck, because I had no strong conviction on the clubs. I haven't made a net positive or net negative like acquisition or offloading of my clubs. I essentially have as many clubs as I started with, and that led me to be the best club holder. I'm the one basically holding the gold suit. Everything that I see in terms of trades from my opponents confirms my belief that I wasn't the only one who had this conservative strategy. We had Koala Bot here, who was more or less in the same situation. He ended up purchasing some suits that he held quite a lot, so that's pretty strange. And yeah, overall I just made just a set of great transactions, but I didn't win because of my belief that clubs was the goal suit. I won because of the conservative strategy to not offload anything unless I did some good arbitrage opportunity. So yeah, hopefully that was clear. In the next video, we're gonna make it a little bit more fun. This is gonna be well, let's see, but this is gonna be a video where I'm gonna play more, basically by myself, try to get better at the game, and I'm gonna try to give more insights in the next video into, well, I'm just gonna try to cement the strategies and cement my understanding of the game, and I'm gonna introduce some formalization of, well, a Bayesian approach to setting up our priors, right? Everything that I've described with our strategies is basically a little bit of Bayesian statistics to come up with these priors. So I don't just want to know what my strategy should be. I want to assign an actual probability of knowing what the goal suit is, and that should be what I base my strategy decision on. So in the next video, we're going to compute these probabilities, and we're going to see if it helps us refine our strategy and win some hands. So yeah, just stick around and see you next time.